Olympics.
The Transportation Department working to make travel safer 1 year into President Trump's second term.
The department is receiving $12.5 billion from the big, beautiful bill to modernize air traffic control. But by the way, it's not going to be enough. The upgraded infrastructure and new technology and equipment should be coming out, though.
Yeah, the Trump administration is also cracking down on illegal migrant truck drivers with more than 300 arrests. We've got Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy joining us now. Good morning, Secretary.
Good morning.
It's been an exciting year. It's been a big year. Get right to it. You really cracked open this tragedy of these migrant truck drivers that can't read road signs, don't speak English, specifically in California getting issued CDLs, and you've pushed back against that. I know it's been a fight for you.
So President Trump is not afraid to take on the biggest challenges that most secretaries or most administrations are willing to say, you know what, let's pass this off to a future administration. So you mentioned trucking. We have, 10, 15 million people that came into this country under Joe Biden. One of the easiest things for them to do in states that are liberal is to get a truck driver's license, right? So to get behind an 18-wheeler, get on the road, and try to make a living. Well, they're dangerous. They went to a sham school, got a CDL, and hit the roads across the country. And the problem is Americans are dying. So we said, you know what, no more. We're going to get rid of what are these called non-domiciled CDL licenses to make sure you're actually well-trained, you speak the language, and you're entitled to a commercial driver's license. You mentioned air traffic control. Listen, this has been a problem for decades. President Trump said, we are going to fix it. We got $12.5 billion. Brian, thank you for saying that is not enough. We need another $20 billion to get this done. But we've already started moving from analog to digital. We have a contract for brand new radar. They haven't been done in almost 50 years, so this is well underway under Trump's term.
Can you get it done in your term?
So this phase we're doing right now, yes. So we'll get analog to digital, new radios, new radar. The most complicated part of this is the new software. The Congress didn't give me the money for that. We're working on it. We opened up our couch cushions and found some change at the FAA. We're working on it. It's possible we're going to be able to start to deploy that. That's going to be harder to finish in the 3 years we have left in this term.
Maybe
but you're going to start to see the benefits of what we're doing over the course of the next year.
Also, Trump was, inauguration was on this day a year ago. 9 days later, you were appointed, you came onto the job. That was the same day that we saw that commercial jet, the Army helicopter, collide. 67 people died. A lot of the ice skaters' parents died, one who made it into the Olympics. So it was a tragedy on that day. And that was a shock for you, I'm sure, on day one. You're thrown into this. So much has happened over the course of the last year. What have you learned from it?
That safety is first, Ainsley. You don't have any transportation unless it's safe transportation. And to meet families who senselessly lost their loved ones on that flight made me commit to them and to the country that I was going to do all I can to make sure we have systems in place that make sure Americans are safe, whether they're on the road, whether they're in planes or on trains, that America is going to double down on safety. And so this was senseless, but there's a way we pay it forward. And that's why we're doing this new air traffic control system. That's why we want more air traffic controllers working for us in our skies. And this was my first full day, and to talk to families who were on the phone texting with their loved ones on the plane as they were coming into land, and they didn't land. It's just, you don't want to go through that, so you have to commit to doing all you can. Can I mention one other thing that we've done at Transportation, which doesn't get a lot of credit? Brian knows this. This is out in Kings Point, New York. We have the Merchant Marine Academy. It was dilapidated. We didn't have hot water. We didn't have dishwashers. We had mold in our buildings. This is an American academy. We pay for these young, bright kids to go to this academy. We're going to invest over $1 billion in this administration and revamp that campus. These are the sailors that support our military. These are the sailors that compete with the Chinese and other Asian countries to make sure that America owns the seas. You have the morale on this campus off the hook, excited about what they're doing, and President Trump that's going to rebuild our campus and give them the respect that they need. We're redoing CAFE standards. This is the fuel economy standards in vehicles. It was up at almost 60 miles a gallon, Ainsley. No gas vehicle can attain that standard. It should be about 35 miles a gallon. What we've done is that means that the car manufacturers can make cars that you want to buy, and then they're not spending billions of dollars on taxes or on carbon credits just to pay for not meeting a standard that's not unattainable. So we're bringing affordability back to vehicles on top of President Trump bringing down gas prices. Donald Trump 47 is competing with Donald Trump 45 to see who can get the lowest gas prices, because they're the lowest in 5 years right now, thanks to President Trump and his energy dominance agenda.
Right. And Sean, real quick, the one thing that happened during that plane crash is a lot of these VIPs used choppers to get back and forth across the Potomac. And they're trying to resume those flights again, aren't they?
Hell no. President Trump, J.D. Vance. That's it. But we don't need generals. We don't need VIPs flying in cross traffic with airplanes that are landing at D.C. It's one of the most complicated airspaces. It's not a big airspace. And so you want to make sure that, again, lessons learned from that crash aren't repeated, not just at DCA. We used AI now to look at other airports around the country, L.A., Las Vegas, other airports where you have to see when there's near misses, you have to take action. The problem, the last administration, there was almost 40 near misses in the couple of years before this crash, and they didn't do anything about it. You actually have to see the problem and address the problem before people lose their lives. That's what President Trump has committed to in this administration. And again, things happen when you travel. But we have to do all we can to make sure you're safe.
In 365 days, we've come a long way from Pothole Pete. Secretary Sean Duffy, thank you for joining us.